name's Ashley Asher. I'm originally from Menomonie. I graduated in 2005. I grew up in a little town called Downsville, south of town. And I have three children. They're 12, 11, and 6. And I have lived in Elmwood, and so I left town a little bit and then came back about 8 years ago. So I was previously a sales rep for a beer distributor in town called Bill's Distributing. I sold Budweiser products and things of that nature. And then I went to a business development position where I ran the states of Minnesota and North Dakota, moving into South Dakota for them. And Water Joe, it's like a caffeinated water. So I was in charge of setting up our programming and displays with corporate like Target and Hy-Vee and things like that. I just quit that job because of the travel and the pandemic, so I decided to open my own freelance business development. As I came back with opening my business and I was more involved every day in downtown, a big part of my business is dealing with the other businesses in town. I help them strategize or create media, whatever that looks like, and I realized that the same issues that everyone was talking about as I was younger are still the things that we're concerned with now. So I just thought, I have the time, I have the energy, I prioritize the community. So I found out that you could get the papers in December, and so I did. And I got the signatures, and here we are. So I think in general, a lot of people feel that, Menomonie can do better. We do a lot of wonderful things. There's so many good people, there's so many good programs, and we have a lot of wonderful things. We have great parks, and we do have good business. But I just feel like as a whole, we kind of go, oh, it's Menomonie and that's the way it is, or we kind of settle on certain things. And our housing is an issue. Our affordable housing for families and also our safe and affordable student rentals are a big issue. And so, it's just kind of the same thing over and over, and I want to do something about that. So I'd like to focus on creating a committee of development, of real estate agents, of bankers. I want to work with zoning and actually make solid plans, like with our maps of where we want these single family homes, and start building homes in a $250,000 to $300,000 range. Because that's what's actually affordable with a lot of the salaries that are in town, rather than, we have these 100 and, we have cheaper homes, but they're neighborhoods that maybe aren't what we think of as family neighborhoods, or we have very expensive homes, creeping towards the outside of town, and not a lot of people can actually afford those. So I think we miss keeping a lot of people in town after they graduate from Stout, and also ones that work here at, say, 3M or Phillips Plastic, because they're going to Chippewa or they're going to Eau Claire to find their housing. So what I'd like to do is, we've always had an issue with safe student homes and affordable student housing. And I'd really like to get tougher with our inspections, make sure that we're doing them as often as we need to. I don't think we are right now. And just make sure that, like, you guys are investing in our community. You're here, you're living here, you're going out to eat, you want to do things, you want to have a quality of life. And I'm going to have kids that age very shortly. And when I think of some of the places in town that are for rent for the students, I'm not satisfied. I don't think the student body is satisfied. And I think we can do better. I do know that there are committees and there are groups of people on behalf of Stout and the community, business owners that do work together to, say they want, say a business downtown needs some sort of marketing plan. And so then I know that they can go to a business professor and maybe see if that can be one of the students' projects for the semester. But yeah, I think in general we can do a lot better with the relationship between Stout and the city. As a citizen, I just don't see it. Maybe it's happening, but we're not communicating it as well as we could be. Obviously, through my own business, I work on strategy and long-term planning. I would just make myself educated in what's available to them as far as federal funds, state funds, make sure that we're using our resources like Stout and the student body to help them get through this. I mean, and this is uncharted territory. I mean, anyone will tell you, no matter how long they've been in any business, the last 2 years just, I mean, no one could plan for that. The best you could do was try to make the right choice for safety and to get through it. And so just being there, showing face, being supportive, a lot of times does a lot more than people realize. So just making sure that we're out there and telling our business owners that we're here for you, even if it's just so that you can vent or so that I understand your frustration. So I guess just making sure that we are communicating, again, communication and knowing our resources, and being there and being accountable to the businesses in our community. Question. I think that's a question that's for everyone in town, not just Stout students. You know, I know the city does have a Facebook page. We have the website, which has pretty much everything on it. And just, you know, getting out there, you guys explore the town. I know it's difficult sometimes, and Stout does have their cafeterias and their housing is here. And I know there's not always the most reason to leave campus, but you know, take that bike ride to the north side of town. Take it to Phelan Park or, you know, to the east side. Just see what's there. You just talk to people. Have a conversation with someone at the tavern if you go. Most of us are pretty friendly people. And then just let someone know you want to be involved in something. Go to your professor so that they know it's a priority of yours to know what's going on. And then, of course, I'm sure you guys have groups of, you know, political groups that you can be affiliated with. In life in general, we prioritize what we want to spend energy on. So if you say, I want to be more aware, if you give that 1 hour of your week more than you did prior, you're going to know a lot more than you did, right? So just prioritizing it. Now, I hope that Menomonie is a welcoming place for you to live while you're here. Anything that can be done to make that better, communicate it. No one is going to be upset about that. You know, as far as where to communicate it, I think there's groups like What's Happening on Menomonie and Facebook. I think just going to City Hall, which is literally 2 blocks that way, and saying, hey, you know, I'd like to know what's happening. Someone will help you. And I just hope that you enjoy it while you're here. So voting's April 5th. I believe it's the first Tuesday in April. And it takes a piece of mail and your driver's license. I'm going to put out videos on my Facebook page about where each ward can vote. So I hope that makes it really easy for everyone if they're unsure. Grab a friend and go do it. My Facebook page is Ashley for Menomonie Mayor. And then I have a website, Ashley for Mayor or Menomonie.com. So yeah, if you keep track of those, I'll let you guys know more information.